That's Paige, I can tell. All right, kids, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I see you're all like muting your video. I want you to unmute your video, but you can keep your microphones muted. I'm going to take roll just so we know who's here. It'd be easy for me to just look up and see you and then look down. But it's actually easier for me if I just say your name and if you just unmute your microphone, say here, because I've got a list down there and it's hard for me to go back and forth when I do this. So I have an idea who's here, who's not. Spencer Allian. Not here. Harmony Bell.
Here.
Do you guys know how to mute and unmute yourselves? Can you guys hear me okay?
I'm here. I said here.
Harmony Bell, I can see you. Colin Bradley.
Here.
Do you guys know how to? Okay, so Colin's not here. Elena Digman.
Here.
All right, maybe that was me. Brennan Edge.
Here.
Jeff Erickson. Nacho Garcia. I see his name down there. As you guys are joining, what I want you to do, take yourselves off video mute so we can see you. You can keep yourself on microphone mute. John Gumi. So John, go ahead, take your microphone off mute and say here, and then put yourself off video mute so we can see you. John, can you hear me? Kids, I just, part of me thinks I have this sneaking suspicion people are like logging in and they're just muting themselves, muting their video, and they're just setting it off to the side, and like, that is not what I want. John, are you there? John. Hey, somebody Skype him or text him or Snapchat him and say, John, look, oh, there you are. Can you say hi? Can you hear me? John Gumi. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it just me? Not, yeah, okay. I see thumbs up. John, wave to me if you can hear me. Are you guys seeing the same thing I am? It's just frozen on him. Olivia Heenan.
Here.
All right. Ruby Leffelholtz. Braylon Mowry.
Here.
All right. I heard that. Haley Schwab.
Here.
Walter Schwickrath. Ha! You look like you just woke up, Walter. Is that true?
Yeah,
Jackson.
Up and at him early for physics, you know.
No, it's funny. Jackson Stang.
Here.
Nice. Metal Steckling. Mallory Traster. Paige Wagner.
Here.
I know it's Paige because I can see that room of yours. I knew you had pink on before. I'm like, oh, that's Paige. I didn't even see a person. I just saw the whole room glowing pink. So somebody was, I've got something similar in my basement, and someone's like, oh, you should like have it flash different colors. I'm like, one of my students actually has that in her room. Kaylin Waggle.
Here.
Yay. Good to see you. Is that your kitchen? Or your bathroom? It's got a cupboard there. It's one. Are you sitting on the toilet? John Wells.
Here.
John, oh man, you look good today, John. I think it's the lighting. You got some professional lighting going on there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, kids. So I've got a couple things for you today. I wanted to show you what I see when you guys send something to me with Google Classroom using that Adobe Scan. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Some of you are choosing the wrong thing to send to me, and I wanted to show you what it looks like on my end if you send me the wrong thing. Number two, I want to talk to you about how do you know what to do for the next week? Because that's always the big question is, what do I got to do for next week? What's important? Number three, I want to answer any questions that you have. Maybe you've got questions about grading. Maybe you've got questions about how physics is going to go. We've had a couple of weeks to maybe, when you shower with this stuff, questions come to mind. And you're like, well, what happens if this? And that'll be our day today. It's pretty low key as far as substance is concerned, but what I want you to do first, I want you to click at the bottom and you'll see a chat button. Click and open up that chat. Oh, Spence is here. He's just grabbing a pet. Where's your pet at, Spence? I can't see him. Show me your, oh my gosh. What is that thing? Take yourself on mute and talk to us.
A bearded dragon.
A bearded dragon. Does it have a beard?
Yeah, but a kind of small one.
Okay. What's so cool about bearded dragons? Do they change color? Do they breathe fire?
I mean, they change color with their heat, and they're really lazy.
What do you feed it?
Mealworms.
How long do they live?
I think 7 to 11 years.
How old is that one?
I don't know.
How long have you had it?
I don't know.
What's its name?
A while.
Is it a boy or girl? What's its name?
Male. Sai.
Sai. How do you spell
Like
that?
Duck Dynasty.
Oh, good. Little known fact, my daughter is named after Duck Dynasty.
Her name's also Sai.
Look at Ruby. I see Ruby. I can still see you rolling your eyes even at this distance. It's funny. Go ahead.
I don't have anything else.
Oh, okay. So what I want you to do, I want you to write me a quick paragraph. What are you spending most of your time doing? You could either, if you're like, oh, I'm not comfortable with everybody seeing it, but if you really don't care if everybody sees it, just put it as public. But if you want to send it just to me, but over on the side, Nacho, what video game is your favorite video game that you're playing right now? Because I have one. What is Animal Crossing? You guys could unmute yourself if I have a question. Like somebody said, a couple of you said Animal Crossing. Jeff and Walter.
Animal Crossing is a game where you go to live on a deserted island.
Okay.
You're essentially like the real estate big way. You sell houses to animals and they come and live with you, and you can catch fish and bugs and then
Okay.
sit on a stump. Pretty therapeutic.
Is this for your phone? Like what platform is it on?
It's on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, sweet. I bought a Switch last week, and I got Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That's a good one.
Oh, dude, I love it. I mean, I loved Zelda as a kid, so this is just, it's like HD, and I've got like surround sound playing with it too, and it's just amazing. It's great. Ruby, what are you watching on Netflix these days? Are you watching that Tiger King? No, I can't. I think that your microphone, I don't know if do you have a microphone? It says that you're unmuted, but I can't, when you talk, I can't hear you. Oh, unmuted. Say something. Can you guys hear, or is it just me? Weird. Ruby, do you have a pair of headphones that like have like, because mine have the you can't see it on here, but it's got the little microphone. Maybe that might help if because we can't hear you. Braylon, Netflix. What are you watching on Netflix?
I have watched The Tiger King.
Is it worth watching? My wife asked me because she sees it on TV, but is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, it's only 7 episodes, so like if you don't like it, really not that much of a waste of your time.
Okay. Only 7 hours, right? Oh, that's funny. Nacho, are you back? So what are you watching now on Netflix? No, I'm sorry. That was to Braylon. I meant to ask you.
Oh, well, I just finished that, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the one you just got done finished watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Spence, you've seen Tiger King. Nacho, you're in Spain. Can we see you? Are you there? Like video wise? I remember where you live. I remember you going on Google Classroom or Google Earth. Camera doesn't work. No problems. How is everything in Spain? Is it as crazy as it is here, or less so? Worse? Can you leave your house? No. Can you ever leave? Like, can your parents leave to get groceries? Only to walk my dog. Oh man, that's nuts. How do you know how long you'll have to do that for? Jeez. How is everybody in your family? Are they okay? Good. When did you get back to Spain? What time is it in Spain right now? It's got to be like 2 a.m. or something. It's really, I bet it's in the morning or in the afternoon. Okay, that's not that bad. Yikes. Do you guys have any other questions for Nacho? I mean, you guys could. I'm asking lots of stuff. Go ahead and if you could pop yourself off mute or to ask if you want. Okay, kids. All right, so let me show you. Maybe let's do this. Let me let you open up for questions to me as far as how this is going to work, or maybe you've got questions in general about school and meeting here. If you don't want the other people to see your question, you can address it just to me. Like if you're looking at the grid view, I don't know what it looks like on your phones. I think that if you can slide to the left and the right to see everybody, but feel free to send me a private message if you have a question just for me. I won't say who it is. I'll read the question so other people can see it. Or if you want to pop yourself off mute, you can do that too to ask me a question.
So, I saw an email. I think it was at 11 today. There were mirrors practice problems, and I do not remember were those sent to me, or is that electronic, or
So you're talking, there was an email sent to you? Is that what you mean?
it said that there were mirrors. It was practice problems, and they're due today at 11.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the worksheets for that.
So you guys should all have 3 things at home. you should have your, number one, you should have your physics hymnal. Number two, you should have your physics reflection and refraction practice. And number three, you should have your quizzes. That mirrors thing that was due is on page 8 of your hymnal. So right here, it looks like this. Do you have your physics hymnal, Walter?
I think I was doing the blood drive during physics, so I came back late, and then I don't think I ever got it.
I mailed those to you.
Okay, when did you mail them? Because I don't think
3 weeks ago.
That is crazy.
So it came in a big, I remember writing your name too, Walter Schwickrath. So ask your parents, there's a big manila envelope that, does anybody have their big manila envelope sitting nearby that you could just hold up to the camera to show Walter? Yep, Haley's got hers. Yep, that's what they look like. So ask your parents, say, hey, did the big manila envelope come from me a few weeks ago? That's where that stuff is. If you don't have it, if you look around in the next day, if you don't have one, I can mail you another one. So just either send me an email letting me know, but that's like everything that we're going to be doing out of the next few weeks is coming out of that packet. So you're going to be seeing this stuff and it's like, I don't know what that is because you don't have it or you lost it. Next question. Yeah, this is my garage. My wife, she also works from home, but she works from home professionally, and that's what she does. She has an office, and then we've got our 3 girls, and they're just running amok inside. So this is my office right here. I'll kind of show you, give you a little tour. This is Mr. Hare's little workspace right here. I got my little workbench. I got a little refrigerator down there for beverages. But then I've got my TV on the wall where I can see all of you, but then it's doing my mirroring my camera. But I've got a little document camera here if I need to like show you something or do an example. But yeah, so I'm in the garage. I can be all sorts of different places, but the garage is like a good one. I could go up north. So now look, now I'm in the wild north with the northern lights behind me. Okay, I'm confused about how grading is going to work. Woo! The staff are just as confused as you are. So here's where I'm at right now, and this is. We had a physics or a science staff meeting this morning, and I said that my philosophy over this whole thing will evolve, but here's where Mr. Hare is right now. You can't go down. Whatever you got for third quarter, it will be that or above. In order to go above, you have to do everything that I tell you. So if you do everything like the worksheet, like Walter said, I didn't have that mirrors practice problems. If you do all of the things, it'll be either 1 or 2 worksheets a week if you do those. And when I say do them, as long as you do them, you give them an honest try. If you put smiley faces for every single problem, I don't consider that done. If you just do everything, I will give you a 100% for quarter 4 in physics. If you do 90, excuse me, if you do 99% of them, you'll get the same grade that you got last for quarter 3. Does that make sense grading wise? How are we going to know if you're doing them? Somebody asked, how do I know if we are doing them? On Google Classroom, I'll just show you right now. How do I know if you guys are doing this? So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what's on my laptop and so on. When I go to Google Classroom, this is what it looks like teacher-wise. So right now, I'm going to move this over here. So this is Brendan's. Brendan got it, so I gave him a 10 out of 10. Boop. I go to the next person. So this is Colin Bradley. So Colin, what I talked to you guys about, when you take a picture with Adobe Scan has its own cloud. So it has its own online storage. And what Colin did is Colin shared a link to the storage space. So this is what it looks like to me when someone shares to me the link and not a copy of it. So if you could, share the copy within Adobe Scan. So I think that if I click on this, it maybe goes to it, but I don't want to have to click on this and wait 10 seconds for everybody's to open. So I'd like you to share with me the copy, because this is going to take me forever to get through everybody's stuff if I have to do this every single time. So, yep, that's good. So I give Walter a 10. So the question, how do I know if you're doing it? I just look through. So here's one that says no file submitted. So this is somebody, I don't have to divulge their name, but this is what it looks like if nobody submits anything, and you won't see it. So right now I can tell that there's 15 people that did it. There's 4 people who didn't do it. So I'm going to go through, and I'll just, if you did it and you tried, give it an honest try, then yes, 100%. I'll give you feedback if you're doing things wrong. But I'm just grading it to see that you're doing it and giving it your best try. Does that answer your question? Yeah, okay, good. All right. These are excuse me. These are great questions. Any more? So you guys, some of you guys have had 2 other classes. How have they been going for you as far as what other teachers are doing? Anybody want to comment on that?
I honestly feel like it's a little overwhelming because yesterday I got like 18 emails about assignments that were assigned like all at once, and it was just like, whoa.
Yeah, it just floods in. Oh.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been good.
Okay. Yep. I hear that. How else have you guys been feeling? You've had 2 other classes. I mean, I don't know. You probably haven't gotten to the rest of your other 4. Well, on the note of getting just tons of emails, I want to stay away from emailing you stuff, because as someone who gets literally 100 emails every day, and when you get that many emails, it's just, I don't even read them. I look at I'm like, don't need it, don't need it, don't need it. I literally sift through them. So the question, I don't want to send you an email if you're getting tons of emails. Like, how do you know what to do for next week for physics? Let me share my ideas, and then you tell me if this is a good idea or not. Way number 1, I'm just, let's see here. Oh, shoot. Oh, I scheduled at the wrong time. It was supposed to be at 10:10. I'm going to just put what you need to do on the top of Google Classroom. Hopefully it should pop up. What the heck? Let's just do this. So at the top thread of our Google Classroom, I tried to boil it down to the essentials. Like, what exactly do I need to do in a checklist form for next week? And know that as I look at this, Mr. Hairwise, this should not, all three of these things will not take you more than 1.5 hours. So you've got a week to do 1.5 hours worth of stuff. I think that I want to keep it around that distance. I understand that you're overwhelmed with this whole process, and okay, I'm getting all this stuff and I got to try to keep it straight. So is putting it at the top of Google Classroom like this okay? I've also put it that exact same thing on the top of the physics website. So I'll just keep populating it as we go. So it will be here at the top of the physics website. What do you have to do before our next meeting? How does that strike you guys? Is that a good way to send? Because I know that you're again being overwhelmed with a lot of emails. Yeah, is the remind okay? It's weird because I only see you guys once in the week, so I was planning on sending that remind on Sunday because I see second hour on Monday and I see you guys on Tuesday, and then I see 6th and 7th hour on Friday. So it's hard for me to send you a remind that's tailored to specifically you because I see you all at different times during the week. So I'll keep doing the reminds on Sundays, but then put what you need to do at the top of Google Classroom. Give me a thumbs up if you like that, or you could send me a personal message saying like if you'd rather have it a different way. Like I'm totally open to doing it whatever works best for you guys. But I'm trying not to be overwhelming and clear so that you have a lot of stuff to keep track of. So next week, what do you have to do for next week? You saw them on the top of Google Classroom there. Let's see if I can click. Number one is watch 17.3. 17.1, it's the law of reflection. So a light ray comes in and it bounces off at the same angle. Basically, the angle to the normal, that's really important. So the angle that it comes in with respect to the normal is the exact same as the angle that it goes off with respect to the normal. That's pretty straightforward, and that it's not that difficult of a concept to grasp. 17.3, it's going to be a difficult concept to grasp. What I did, it says, watch 17.3 ray tracing on Edpuzzle. These are the notes. I have notes for you on page 5 and 6 of your physics hymnal. Complete pages. There are 3 pages in your physics reflection and refraction practice. This is not due until the end of lecture. So what I want you to do, I want you to watch the video, and then I want you to try that worksheet. You probably will be okay actually doing the worksheet, but I don't want you to submit it right away because you might have questions or you might have done something wrong. So what I'm going to do is when we come and we gather next week, I'm going to put you into groups of 2 or 3, and you can talk for 15 minutes. Just share a picture of your work or talk about questions that you have with other people. I'll put you in a small group setting, kind of like what we do in class normally, where you get to work with the people next to you. I'll put you in a small group, and I'll be popping into each group, kind of answering questions, and I'll bring you back and answer any big, large corporate questions, and then I'll have you submit it. So if you're doing this and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing, that's okay. Just do your best, but then wait until class, and we will do the exact same. We'll go through it together, so that I know that I'm asking you to give your best on all this stuff, but I don't expect you to know it on your own. If you don't know it, come to this meeting and I'll just put you into groups. You can talk about it, and that will be the whole next meeting is going to be us doing that. You'll come, I'll talk to you a little bit about some stuff, and then we'll get into groups, and then I'll answer questions. And I've got my document camera to show you exactly if you don't know what's going on or things that I look for or so on. So that's thing number 2. The last thing, there's a guy, his name is Sean Carroll. Sean is a theoretical physicist at Caltech, probably one of the better science communicators in the world. He is putting out a video series just at home, and he's talking about the big ideas in the universe. Uh-oh, my internet connection is unstable. I hope it stabilizes. So there's an introduction on Edpuzzle right now that I'd like you to watch. So we're going to watch our way through his video lecture series. So there's no math. It's just the concepts. It's about the cutting edge of physics. Where are we with physics, with the really, really big things, the really, really small things, and just explaining to your average person what he knows and what he teaches at his in his university class. So those are the three things that you have to do. Thing number one, watch that video, take notes. Thing number two, there's a worksheet. Do your best on that. And if you don't know it, just do the best you can. Bring it to next meeting. Thing number three, watch Sean Carroll's Big Ideas intro on Ed. So this stuff is on Edpuzzle. I'm not trying to change it and make you guys go anywhere that you haven't gone before, but that's next week. Are there any other questions? Walter, I am expecting an email from you tomorrow saying, I found it, I did not find it. That way I can get you this stuff, because the mail takes a few days to get to you, and I have to make photocopies. And so for me to make a photocopy, I have to physically go to school. And for me to physically go to school, I have to sign up for a time when nobody else is there. So just know that if I need something, it's going to take a few days of turnaround. So I expect an email tomorrow just saying, hey, I can't find that. And then we can get that to you. So you at least have it by the weekend and you can get it done by Tuesday. If there is nothing else that you guys have questions for, please feel free to shoot me an email. Like if something comes up or you just didn't think about it now, or you weren't comfortable asking it now, you can stick around after if you just want to chat and hang out with people. But this is all I've got for you guys today. I will see you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place. That link that you guys clicked on today, that you can always click on that link inside of Google Classroom. So this is going to, as I keep posting things, it gets farther and farther down. But this link right here will always be the link that you click on to come to here today. I think that's it, kids. Stick around, hang out, and talk if you'd like, but otherwise I am finished with you. Have a nice week.
Mr. Hare, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
It works now. Okay.
Yeah, it does work.
I must have to put headphones in.
Yeah, I don't. It was weird. I could see you coming on mute and off mute, but then I just couldn't hear you. So, yeah, that was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to. I really wanted to make sure people were able to talk. I wish John just jumped off. I wanted to make sure that I could hear his voice, because next week when I put you guys all into groups, if there's a technical issue, like you're going to be sitting there, I don't know how to do this, but none of us can hear you and talking, and you may know how to do it. And so that's going to be, I know it seemed kind of, maybe I should have said that to everybody. Like, that's why I was waiting for people like John, say something, because I want to make sure that your equipment works. This is like an equipment check. So,
yep.
Okay. How's everything going?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like your cabinets in your kitchen. They're very nice.
Thanks. All right. Bye.
Okay. See you later.